hardly anything you can name that is more stimulative to the economy than put money in the hands of those who need it desperately, who will spend it immediately, again, will inject demand into the economy and create jobs.
Unemployment benefits will start flowing again soon for 2.5 million Americans whose benefits started running out nearly 2 months ago. The Senate is expected to give final approval Wednesday to a benefit extension. Since July 2008, the federal government has extended those benefits 8 times at a cost of more than $120 billion to U.S. taxpayers. Nearly 1 in 10 Americans are out of work, and almost half of those have been unemployed for at least 6 months. And get this, it's expected the middle of the decade for that number to hit a so-called normal level of 5.5 or 6%. The good news tonight, the economy has added 882,000 jobs this year, but many of those were temporary census jobs. And just to put it all into perspective, right now for every available job, there are nearly 5 workers looking. But before the recession, there were only about 1.5 job seekers for every vacancy.
Oh, gives us some perspective there, right? Well, there's obviously lots of competition for those jobs then, and lots of pressure for workers to keep them.
If you're a worker, do you think your office would fall apart without you? Or if you're a job seeker, can't figure out why you can't get hired?
Well, maybe your attitude is holding you back. We've got some tough love tonight. Consumer reporter Michelle Buckman has more.
So whether you have steady work or you're desperately looking for work, the question is, are you entitled to a job? It's a very interesting question, one that I've been debating here with Harry Griendling. He's an employment expert. Harry, you say nobody's entitled to a job. What do you mean?
Well, what I mean by that is that employees don't own the jobs that they occupy. The enterprise that created them own the jobs. So the company creates the job, and employees come and occupy those jobs. You earn the right to either get the job or keep the job by how well your skill set is ready to take the job in the first place, or by how you perform once you have the job and you earn the right to keep it. So there's no entitlement here. This is a transaction and you earn the right to be in that job.
Isn't that a little harsh, a little bit?
Well, it is a little harsh, and it sounds harsh, but it really isn't, because if you think about it from an employer's side, they're paying you to do something before you even get there. So the harshness is the fact that, look, this is a transaction and there's somebody putting a lot of money up in return for your services. So it's not harsh. It's like a lot of things in life, it's real.
Yeah. I actually talked to a recruiter at Philadelphia Gas Works about this. They've been doing some hiring, and he says that sense of entitlement can definitely be a turnoff.
There is that, well, you have a job and I'm qualified, so what's the problem? When you come to a job fair and you meet any employer, whether it be PGW or anyone, again, if you have that sense of entitlement, that first impression is very important. I may think, well, will this person, if they become an employee, have a sense of entitlement as well?
So what are companies looking for? Who ends up getting the gig?
It's great. I'm getting a paycheck.
Angel Chapman could have felt entitled. She had a great resume and an engineering degree from Drexel, but ended up collecting unemployment when the plant she worked at shut down.
But it's pretty tough. I mean, I still have student loans that I have to pay off, and just, you know, the bills keep coming, and, you know, you gotta find something sooner or later.
She applied for an engineering position at PGW and realized if she wanted it, she'd have to earn it.
With the economy, everybody's, you know, searching for the same job. You got more qualified people than me, you know, looking for the same job, and they're willing to take a pay cut.
She had everything that we were looking for in a PGW employee. She brought a sense of enthusiasm, engagement, obviously knowledge, skill, and abilities, and I could just tell right away that she'd be a perfect fit for our culture and our environment.
So from unemployment to a full-time gig. Now, what can we learn from Angel?
Well, I think what Angel learned probably instinctively is the lesson of the job market. And what I mean by that is jobs exist in markets. And a market is a place where people come together to buy, sell, and trade things. When you're looking for a job, you are selling into a market. And that means you have to have something of value to sell, either at the beginning by gathering skills that an employer will want, or by continually upgrading your skills so that you stay current in the market. So when we counsel people about jobs, what we say is you must keep marketable skills current at all times. And that's how you keep your job.
And maybe losing that feeling of entitlement will make you a better job seeker. Now, that job that Angel landed, that was actually our job of the day, so make sure you check out Job Shop. It's a resource, that's why it's there.